Welcome back, Me Mob, to another episode of Silk Sessions After Hours Unfiltered. I'm your girl, itsMemeMichelle, your hairstylist, your author, and your podcaster. I have an amazing episode in store for you today. But before we get into it, you know what to do. I need you to get involved. I want you to ask questions, leave your comments, and subscribe to my channel because we have a good time over here. Now, today's cocktail for conversation, and I'm going to need this cocktail for conversation. I don't know what it tastes like. Something scares me because I had a bad one yesterday. But today's cocktail for conversation is called Fashionably Late. And I believe I named it Fashionably Late is because it's strong. So it's whatever you use to make your old fashioned. You know, I had the pre-made old fashioned. I threw a little cherry juice in there. Threw a cherry in there. I put a dash of apple juice. I don't know what this just came to me. A dash of apple juice and a dash of orange liqueur and a splash of lemon. And I stirred that thing up, and we're going to see what it tastes like. And I put a cube in there because, you know, old-fashioned is a little strong. So this is called the Fashionably Late. We're going to see what it tastes like. I'm so nervous. I'm so scared. Whew. To the nose. Oh, that's so good. I'm gonna be late. Be late for work. It is amazing. Ooh. I have created something. Now I'm gonna have to go back and figure out the measurements. Because I didn't measure today. I just did a little bit of this and a little bit of that. But oh my God. Ooh. Drink responsibly. Drink responsibly. Let me turn this pewter up. All right, so before we get into it, I don't know if I told y'all that somebody's been coming in front of my house stealing my trash can. I don't like these pajamas. Okay, first of all, they all snuggle bunny. They all own me. You know, I like to have a little room to breathe. And then second of all, they hot. You know, I had the pink ones on the other day. They hot. These might have to, I'm gonna wear them. Y'all give me a second. Ooh, I'm back. Them pajamas was just way too hot. Oh, they too hot pajamas. I will wait to wear those around Christmas time when it's cold. Because right now, the way my heat account is set up, the way my hot flashes are set up, the way these cocktails is set up, I can't wear those, and I will not be wearing them until the weather cools down, and we are definitely in summer. So let's get this computer back on and get this party continued because I have so much in store. All right, so as I was saying, somebody has been stealing my trash can. You know the trash can, when they pick up the trash, our trash days is on Wednesday and Saturday. And I went outside the other day and my trash can was gone. I don't know if I told y'all this story, but I'm telling y'all again. So I go out there, my trash can is gone, and this is the second time. So the first time, you know, I noticed it was 2 cans down the street. Now, I don't know if kids in the neighborhood is doing, I don't know if they're doing it to be funny. I don't know if it's somebody that is the slow. I don't know. But I went down there and got my can the first time. So then last week, and I've been saying my ring cam was dead. The battery was low. And they have like the little contraption where you pop it off and you charge it. I don't have batteries in mine, don't charge by the sun. So I was like, I finally found it and I charged my camera up. But I go outside and my trash can is gone again. Now, you know Patti LaBelle had to handle it, right? So my sister was like, stay on the phone with me. She's so extra. Because I went and knocked on them people's door. I was like, She was like, hello. I was like, I noticed that my trash can is in front of your house, and this is not the first time. It's the second time that I've seen it. Do you know how it's getting down here? No, my trash can ain't even out there. That's not what I asked you. I'm asking, how did my trash can get in front of your effing house? That's what I want to know, and I'm trying to be neighborly, right? And she's like, let me check my Ring camera. I said, I'm going to check mine too. But I was so glad I was able to charge my camera up, because I want to know who is taking that can from in front of my house and taking it down the walkway. And it was so many trash cans out. So they could have picked anyone, but they picked mine. And I'm the nice neighbor. I don't hardly say nothing. I rarely go outside. I speak to the neighbors when I see them. But y'all taking my kindness for weakness. It's what you're doing. So that's got to stop. That's got to end. So please, ma'am, if you see my pod, please don't take my trash can again. Or children in the neighborhood, please don't do that, because y'all, I am cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Y'all don't want to see that side. Y'all want to see the happy side. Y'all want to see the welcome to Silk Sessions After Hours Unfiltered side. Y'all won't see that A-Leaf STL side. Okay? My phone is doing something real weird while we tape. But long as it looks good, I don't care. So, I know I told y'all yesterday that my granddaddy, God rest his soul, when he passed, I was like, come on, I want you to have something of your granddaddy. So I got some cufflinks, I got some sunglasses, I got a watch that I know ain't real. It's tarnished, so many colors. But baby, my granddaddy used to be clean, and he had a t-shirt collection. Stay with me. So I was like, oh, he got a lot of t-shirts. You know, they used to just buy him t-shirts because he liked to wear t-shirts to be comfortable. And some of the t-shirts still had tags on them. But this particular t-shirt, I said, I know y'all didn't buy this for my granddaddy. I'm finna show you. I couldn't even hold it in. Life is a journey. Then you have these, and these are not the kind you put on your salad. And then down here it says, enjoy the ride. Granddaddy ain't know what he was wearing. Granddaddy did not know he had on no shrooms much. And this, he hadn't worn it yet. And I want to wear it because it was his, but I don't want people thinking I do shrooms. I'm not about that life. But who bought my granddaddy this t-shirt? And then when you get to a certain age, a certain a generation, they're not abreast. You got to have young people in your life. And you got to know some people. They didn't know what this meant. Life is a journey, enjoy the ride. They was like, oh, that's cute. No, that mean granddaddy high. Granddad ain't know nothing about no shrooms. Anyway, let's get this party started. So, I'm just going to post it and let it play because it has music behind it. And I don't know if it's like original music. I don't know if it's like a song that is a song that I'll get copyright infringement for. So I'm going to mute it and I'm going to talk, okay? So the photographer is telling them what to do. I love me a good photo or a video, and I definitely love them for weddings. But you could use this for anything. You could use this for your choir. You could use this like for a birthday party where you got your homegirls with you or your homeboys with you. You could use this pose for anything. So this was so fire. I love me a good video. Now, I did not like that when you were watching it, it went from portrait mode to landscape mode. I was like, we got to fix that. You should have just taped the whole thing that way. But I'm going to fix it so y'all can see it going like it's supposed to. Man, ain't that fly? I'm creative like that. Like one year for my birthday, I'm going to show it. I'm going to put a picture up. I did a photo shoot for how old was I turning? 52, I think, 52 or 53. I was 52. Best shape of my life. I was the best shape of my life, and legs was killing the game. And I wanted to get all my friends together, my girlfriends, and no, I'm not on the other end. I'm not the gay. But in my generation, we called our best friends, our friends that were girls, our girlfriends. So I wanted to get all my friends together. I didn't want to do nothing really big that year, and we had a photo shoot. And baby, we had a good time. So I like this. I like this idea, and I'm going to do it. Now, this segment of the show is called The Nerve. We'll have 2 videos in The Nerve. Here's the first one. Take a look.
So a trans woman on TikTok just said to me, and I quote, "Bleaching your hair won't turn you into a white man." Girl, you don't want to play that game.
You got to be careful. Let me get this cocktail, because I'm going to be fashionably late. Baby, Ooh, that's a banger. How you gonna tell that man? First of all, just because I got a little blonde highlights, I'm not trying to be white. But you can't be transgender, okay? Let me get this so you can see my face. You can't be transgender and telling people what they can't be if they do something to their hair. And if you cut your jiggly balls off, that don't make you a woman. Okay. Now, to each his own. If you feel womanly inside, do you know what women go through? Let's start from the top. So at the age of 12, I started my cycle. Okay. I started at school. My mother, I was not living with at the time, so she couldn't give me the talk. I hadn't had the talk yet. I knew what a period was, but I had no clue. And because I was 12 in the 7th grade, I didn't have no sanitary napkins. I didn't have no. That's what I said. So I had to go to the nurse. Then I was living with not my grandmother at the time, because my grandmother had moved from our house to a new neighborhood, which I fell in love with. And I fell in love with it too late, called Laclede Town. But I probably wouldn't have moved to Laclede Town because I loved my school. Shouts out to Turner Middle Junior High. It was across the street from Sumner Senior High where I was supposed to go, because that's where my mother went and all of her siblings and even my uncles, like older uncles, like my great uncles. But anywho, I digress. I even had some cousins go there. But I started my cycle. I didn't have any sanitary napkins. I was embarrassed. I didn't know what to say. And transgender women, y'all ain't got to go through that. Y'all don't have to go through that. Let's talk about cramps. Oh, let's talk about that. Let's talk about tender boobies. Let's talk about mood swings. Let's talk about you bloating. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about trying to conceive. Y'all know I had that conversation, and you just can't. You see the video I posted where the guy's talking about he pregnant and he gonna have the baby out his side. Mental illness is real, but believe who you want, believe what you want to believe, and be who you want to be. But I'm just saying, don't have the nerve and don't have the gall, okay, to tell somebody just because they bleach their hair, that don't mean they're gonna be white. That baby don't want to be white. He just want to be fashionable. He just want to switch it up. We can do that. And do you know, let's be clear, it's a lot of black people with blonde hair, naturally blonde hair. It's a lot of black people with blue eyes, and they black as night and got them pretty blue eyes. You know what blue eyes is called? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? A birth defect. Because brown eyes are the original eyes. These dimples, birth defect. They pretty as hell. And I catch a lot of men with them. Because, baby, when I put that smile on them with them dimples, Hey, they ain't showing today, huh? Oh, here they are. Yeah, that's a birth defect. Some birth defects, they work to your advantage. So get it together. Watch what you say. All right. Now, I've been really in my bag, huh? I got to see what this one is because I forgot. Hold on. Oh, this is part of the nerve. Take a look.
My wife cannot get over the fact that my ex-wife is marrying a millionaire.
Oh, no.
I don't know what has gotten into my wife. When we met, I was still married to my ex-wife. I'm not proud about it, but my wife started at our job and we slept together after a party. That was about 6 years ago. My ex found out when she saw nudes on my phone.
Brutal.
It broke her and ended our marriage. I married my wife a year later. Everything was fine, and my children gradually forgave me, and much of it was thanks to my ex, who insisted that I was still their father and that I loved my children.
Wow.
They never liked my wife, however, because they've overheard her, my daughter did, talking badly about how fat and old their mother was and how she was no competition.
Wow.
Now, my ex is happily engaged to a man who is very well off. My wife has been depressed ever since she heard that.
What a actual bitch.
Making comments about what he sees in her and how it wouldn't last.
Oh my. I hate you.
She has Googled everything about him, his net worth, property, social media accounts, and she doesn't stop talking about him.
I'm so mad.
I got very wary, and this last week, she's been extra depressed and angry, not sleeping, and she cried several times. When she was finally taking a nap, I took her phone and saw that she has sent the new fiance some flirtatious texts via Instagram.
Oh my God. I was thinking this, but I didn't think that no. Wow. Okay.
And she even sent a nude.
You are such a bitch. Wow.
He only answered the first DMs when she introduced herself, congratulated him about the engagement, and told him that they were basically a family soon. When she was getting more flirtatious, he stopped answering and her DMs were left unseen. This was
Now, I knew what this woman was all about. It almost made me think, did she not like the wife? And the husband, the husband to the new wife, that's what you get. Because you cheated on your wife with this nutcase. And then when the new wife moved along and upgraded, she wanted her upgrade. I know some people like that. I know some girls like that they don't like the guy till you like the guy. I'm telling you, I won't call them friends, but I know some girls like that. I know some girls that they only like what you like. They only want what you want. They only got to have what you got to have. And I'm trying to tell you, you want it, go get it. Because if you can get it, it wasn't mine anyway. But that was cold. That was a cold piece. You sending that man, this woman's fiance, nudes. Now, what you should have did was been like, I got what I deserved. And that's what I get for cheating on my wife. But you should have let her go. You should have let her go and let God. You should have said, okay, I learned my lesson, but I don't want you. I don't want you no more. I'm sorry. That movie just came to my head. I couldn't help it. All right. So I love this restaurant. Take a look.
Okay, here's the perfect date night meal at Fleming's Steakhouse. Starts off with their 35-ounce prime tomahawk steak. Now, my wife likes her steak well done. I like mine medium rare, so that's a good compromise right there, I think. This is their Tomahawk Tuesday experience. It's a shareable 3-course dinner for 2 or even 4. They're going to set down some fresh bread that we lathered in their champagne brie cheese spread. First up, my wife went with the wedge salad. I chose the Caesar salad. Then that incredible tomahawk steak arrives. We had chef slice it up so it's ready to share. Our 2 sides were the roasted Brussels sprouts and the Fleming's potatoes, just all baked and cheesy. Finally, desserts arrived. She went with the chocolate lava cake, just oozing chocolate everywhere, and no steakhouse dinner is complete without a good old New York cheesecake. Okay, here's the...
Oh, it is one of my favorite restaurants, and I haven't been in a very long time, and I'm really not a steak eater, but didn't that look good? Oh, it looked good. So let me tell you a little story, a little ditty. I used to work at this place called Family Cuts, and we were all in there, and this guy came in there, and it was one of those salons where it was a hair salon barbershop combo. I love those type of combos because you have really good conversations when you have men and women together. If we would have had cameras rolling in there, that would have been the best podcast ever, because beauty shop and barbershop conversation together is so combustible. And you get to see where men and women stand. And I'm telling you, I have worked in 3 combinations where there was barbershop, hair salon, the best, and you get good dates. You do, because you get to see the fellas come in, and you have to remain professional, okay? You can't date everybody that comes through, but every now and again, you always strike gold. And when I say strike gold, that don't mean money. I mean like somebody you can date, have a good time, make you laugh, go out. Like, I think I turned this one guy off. I met him at the hair salon barbershop, and I told him that Fleming's, shouts out to Fleming's, was my favorite restaurant. And let me park the car on that story so I can tell you how we got to Fleming's. So I had never heard of Fleming's, and the man came in, and he gave us all like $25 gift cards to go to Fleming's. And we used our gift cards for the happy hour. And at that time, they had like $5.79 at the steakhouse, where like this meal, I think this meal cost like $175. It won something that I just showed. But they used to have this prime rib burger, delicious, fries, delicious, and the happy hour cocktails, delicious. That's why I fell in love with the blueberry lemon drop. I said, I know I can go home and make this, and did. And I may do it tomorrow because it is so very good. And I think I have all the ingredients I need. Because let me show y'all. I have arranged my liquor cabinet because I was like, I look like I got a lot in here, but I don't. It was a whole lot of empty in there. But I got it together, and I got me a new cigar humidor, so I took the old one out, put that one in. But anyway, so I take this guy, I tell him I want to go to Fleming's, and he had put his money to the side to actually spend like big money on the meal. And I was like, no, I wouldn't do you like that. I said, I want to go to happy hour. Happy hour is just like $5.79. We can have a good time. We can eat the fries. We had a good time. But I think because he didn't know how to handle that, he didn't know how to receive that. I'm not one of those women that's out for your money. I would like to be taken care of. You understand what I'm saying? I do like expensive things. I love expensive things. But I also like to have a good time. Like, you could take me on a picnic. I don't really drink Starbucks anymore, but we can go sit down, have coffee, and just talk, because you need to talk, especially in this day and age. So you're trying to date me? You could take me to a nice restaurant, because I do want to be introduced to some new restaurants. But I also would like to go where, okay, now I really shouldn't be going to have ice cream. And that's an expensive date, because I took my niece to 31 Flavors, Baskin Robbins 31 Flavors, and I spent so much money in there, it was ridiculous. But, yeah, Fleming's is the bomb. You should go. I actually had a birthday party there. It was one of the best birthday parties I And I've had some big birthday parties because I'm a Leo and we do it big. So that was that. Now, Mojo Brooks is at it again. He is one of my favorite comedians. Ali Sadiq is one of my favorite comedians. I have a lot of comedians that I love now, but I like these up and coming. You know what I mean? And you say up and coming because now you see them more, but it's just like me. When y'all finally see my book as like a movie or something, I'm like, oh, this is a new artist. And no, I've been writing for a while. It just, sometimes it takes a little time to pop off. But Mojo Brooks, at it again. Y'all take a look.
I'm gonna take two more, then all the way in the back, I see that hand waving all back there. The white hand, I see it. Go ahead, baby. What kind? What kind you talk about? Because it's two different kinds.
That's my wife.
My nigga, check your bitch, not me. She asked me a question, nigga. She raised her hand. You want me to spare you?
It's a special kind of white girl.
Man, shut your dumb ass up. Goofy ass nigga. This a special kind of white girl. This white girl know how to cook. Get your stupid ass out of here. Watch this, watch this, watch this. What's special about her?
First of all, she's white.
My nigga, hold on. Hold on. Look, the white girl, man. Is y'all gonna let me handle it or not? Okay, give me a second. OG, take your Bluetooth out so you can hear me real good. I asked that nigga there. I said, what's special about her? That nigga said, first of all, she's white. It's not a black or it's not a white thing. That's cool that you got what you got and you love what you love. But that ain't first why she's special. We understand you proud of her. She took you in. She took you in when you felt like your back was against the wall. I understand that. But what you're not gonna do, you're not gonna act like because she's white is why she's special.
This is what irritates me. And he always handles the people in his audience so very well. So I don't have an issue. I've said this before, of dating outside your race. I don't. And you really have to go to black men dating white women, because if you date Mexican, that's minority to minority. Black to Asian, that's minority to minority. Anything other than, and really the minorities are the majorities, but that's a whole nother podcast. That's a whole nother episode. So when black men date white women, when people ask them, well, what's special about her? They don't say, I love the way she smells. I love the way she dresses. I love the way she takes care of our children. They never talk about her attributes or her as a person or her personality. The first thing they say is either one or two. They say, I don't like because black women get on my nerves. They talk too much. So that's your choice. Or she white. That's why you with her? You think that makes it better for you? You sound like kookily lookily. That's what you sound like. You sound like cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. And you sound the slow. And truth of the matter is, did y'all take a look at him? Hold on, move this out the way. Don't nobody want him anyway. And she asked the question. She was like, do you like white? She was acting like she was trying to hit him, so it wasn't his fault. So he got them together. He got them right. And that's another thing. Let me explain, and then I'm going to wrap it up, B. Most average black men, when they date outside their race, they don't date. Oh, I'm choking. I breathed in. See, Jesus trying to stop me. Let me moisten it. Me. Most average black men, they don't date the fire white woman. That be like the athlete. That be the actor. That is like the well-to-do black man. And most of those men, they have options. Y'all saw the video when the young girl was, the sister asked the other sister, how can I get me a successful black man? And she told them all what to do. I wish I still had that video, and I know I deleted it.
They did a whole little, allegedly this is a thread of white women, telling other white women how to hunt. So first of all, the message is just green, which is a red flag. I want a football player, NFL preferably, a tall chocolate one, like you did. I want your life. That's easy. Oh my God. That's easy, but you have to play your cards right. You can't be an emotional little girl. Teach me. He's the prize. Remember, he could change your life. You can't change his. Dealing with cheating, don't look for it. Girls would throw themselves at him. Dealing with cheating, don't look for it. Girls would throw themselves at him and some will succeed. If it's just a fling, let it go. But don't let him get emotionally attached to one of them. P.S. He'll always be attracted to black girls. Activate that shanana in her by picking at her and let him see it. He'll ditch her quick. If she's like us, it'll be harder because more than likely she's playing to win him too. Make him choose. Be an asset for him. Fold his clothes. Buy and bring him food. Do his homework. Completely integrate yourself in his life to where he can't function without you. Don't embarrass him. Don't cheat. Don't text other men. His cute friends and teammates will try you. Ignore it. Just in case the relationship goes south, another athlete will see you as gold. Go completely wild on him in bed. Use throat spray. Do any and everything. His mom, Lexi, do not tell his mom any personal information, especially something negative. She will tell his entire family. He'll blame you. Just smile, wave, and be quiet. Always look good and appealing. Hair and face always has to be done. Push for marriage or at least to have multiple kids and you got him. In 2 years on draft day, you'll be a millionaire and all your friends will work hard in school to literally never.
And this
First
ain't
off,
all white women, because it's some good white women out there. I know a couple. Did I say a couple? Damn. I couldn't even say I know a few, because that's just not my inner circle. But when shit get hard for a black man, they scatter like roaches when the lights come on. Better look at Kanye West. They scatter. And a black woman knows your struggle. Treat us better. And it's not all, because I know that, I had that episode, Getting Black to Love. We, on TV, but on social media, all you see is us downing each other. And that's not my experience. I know a lot of happily married black couples. I know a lot of black fathers who are active with their children. It's just, that's not what they want us to see. So when a person asks you, this is for the next black man that gets that question, why did you choose her? I need y'all to start working on preparing your answer of how wonderful she is. Because I would feel fully disrespected if I was in a relationship or when I was married and somebody asked my husband, so what was it about her that you love so much or that attracted you to her? And if he said, well, she ain't such and such. No. I could say a lot about my ex-husband. He was crazy, but he was funny, loving, caring, and kind. He took care of my mother. He took care of my sister. He loved my friends. He loved my family. He just wasn't a good husband. But when people used to ask him what he loved about me, he had a plethora of things he had to say. And they were all great things. It was just right person, wrong timing. And it was just an experience for me to grow. But half the men that date outside they race, we don't want them hoes. We don't want them niggas. That's not our choice. Because I said this before. I've never dated outside my race. Well, I had one boyfriend that was Mexican. His name was Eduardo, but I was 13 at the time. That's not real. And it was very short-lived. But I love my black men. I love them. How they smell, how they walk, how they talk, how they breathe air. They're just because they are who they are. Their lips, the nose, their strong voice. Even if they have a lighter voice, their strong personality. I love a black man who is not afraid to cry. And because they have a lot on their shoulders, just being. So for them who choose us, for them who love us, for those who appreciate us, we say thank you. I say for all the women, for all the black women, on their behalf, we say thank you. Well, that's it. That's all. It's your girl, itsMemeMichelle, your hairstylist, your author, and your podcaster. I'm so glad I took those pajamas off because, baby, let me tell you something. I'm still sweating. I think it's this. Whew. It's good. Ooh. Yeah, I might. You know what I'm going to do? So I'm not going to finish this tonight. So I got things to do. I'm going to put it in the freezer. And I'm going to have it on another time. All right. This is your girl, itsMemeMichelle. I digressed because it was so delicious. Your hairstylist, your author, and your podcaster. And you have been watching Silk Sessions After Hours Unfiltered. Until tomorrow, I love you. Mwah. Bye. And don't forget to get my book on the 25th.